Welcome to the Art of Hitting channel. Today we're going to share with you the 2024 Legends Award dinner and the inductees. We'll have individual videos on all the inductees. This video will feature John Livingston, Stones as he's referred to in the softball world, and this video will share a picture of his family with Big John here accepting his award.
Tonight couldn't have happened without the support and generosity of two very special people. Peter Takos, please stand, and Roger Tabor. Thank you for both your continued sponsorship in this special event. Lastly, special thanks goes out to Ed Rose, Audie, and Kurt Hollis, who couldn't be here, Shauna Conway and her two sons, Briggs and Grayson, who are doing the sound and all the technology things. So they're the people behind the scenes, and I want to thank them for putting so much time in with us. At this time, I would like to call up Roger Tabor for blessing of the food.
Get my notes here. First and foremost, I thank everybody for being here tonight. This very special occasion, very special people to all of us, and this game is a very special game. But before we introduce some of the guys and stuff, I would like to take a minute to just say thank you to the real heroes. And that's not the people that play the game, but that's the wives and girlfriends of the guys that play the game. My grandson is going to go amongst you, and every gentleman here is going to receive an envelope, and inside there's just a blank thank you note. So when you have time, later tonight, tomorrow, whatever, I want you to just be nice enough to write a special note to your wife or significant other, thanking her for all that she put up with. And we thank you, girls. Thank you very much. Okay.
So y'all gotta write to me. Y'all gotta write to me. Y'all gotta write to me.
Okay, first of all, I'd just like to say, I want to introduce somebody to you, a couple of people to you. Without him, this would not be possible. This is the man that created the Legends Hall of Fame, FSSA, and it is a great organization. I'll explain a little bit to you about it later. But if it weren't for this man, none of this would be possible. He put so much time and effort into this, and I would just like to have a big round of applause for our Executive Director, Mr. Ed Rose. Okay, folks, if you would bow your head, I'm going to bless the food here, and then they're going to serve the salads, I believe, and then after that it's going to be buffet style.
The Sports Association is the proud sponsor of this Legends Hall of Fame. To tell you a little more about it and what the organization's purpose is Roger Tabor. We're standing in for the president, Audie Hollis.
Okay, guys, I'm going to make this brief, but for those of you who don't know what the Florida Senior Sports Association is, it's a nonprofit organization. You can go online and see it. It's done a lot of wonderful things. We built wells for people in the Dominican Republic that didn't have water. If you go on the website, you'll see that it's amazing. We went down. We took a softball team down there a few years ago. Wally was with us, and we played in different, very impoverished villages. And I think we collected, or they collected, before we went down there, correct me if I'm wrong, Ed, 40,000 pieces of baseball equipment, clothing, shoes, everything else. And we played, and after it was over with, the wives got down on the field and they distributed all these things to these kids. These are kids that had played for 2 or 3 years with a simulated baseball that they made and a stick that they use as a bat. They'd never seen this kind of stuff before. And they told us, they said, of all the people that have gone into the major leagues, you guys have done more for us than all those people put together. So it's a very good organization. It's Ed could probably tell you if anybody wants to know anything about it, but please go on our website, take a look at it. They just do. We brought 2, 3 young men who stayed with Ed and his lovely wife there and finished their college education and are now very successful baseball players. The organization has brought them and got them an education. So this is much more than that. And I want to say this in all sincerity. I've been lucky enough to play this game for a long time and have been recognized in several Hall of Fame. And what I mean by that is this one. It's called a Legends Hall of Fame. A Legends Hall of Fame. You don't get into this just by swinging a bat. It's the type you're vetted. It's the type of person you are. Things that you do, things you mean to your teammate, things you mean to others. But it's also a sign that you are absolutely one of the best there is at your sport. I think Ed Rose wrote in here that in order to be in this organization, your name has to be, when people are sitting around talking about softball, you're one of the names that come up. That's how important it is. And anytime you're recognized as a bricklayer, digging a ditch, mowing grass, anytime you are recognized as the very, very best in whatever you do, you should be humbled and proud.
What about this guy Stone?
I tell you
who
what,
is that guy?
Stone's is a great ball player. He's a great person. He does everything for us.
Does he?
A guy with
Well,
his,
hell, I just say Stones, come over here. There he is. Damn, man.
he's a little bit taller than I am.
Damn, he's a big one.
He is a big boy.
Now, how did they get your name Stones?
His last name's Livingston.
Mispronouncing my last name.
Livingston.
Livingstone.
Livingstone.
We call him a lot of other things sometimes too.
All good though.
But that all
I met Stone back in the day.
Yeah.
Guy can hit it, huh?
The guy can hit it. The guy can go get it in the outfield. He's a good teammate.
Outfield. How big a boy are you?
It's about 6'6", 260.
Oh,
And playing left center field for
he
us.
like Paul Stanley.
He is. I think he outweighs
better looking
Paul a
than
little
Paul.
bit. And he's better looking.
Better looking. I think Paul would have something to say about that.
That's okay.
So, Ed, we appreciate all you're doing. We love your podcast and we love your everything. It's great. You know a lot about hitting, and you know a lot of people that know a lot about hitting.
Yeah, I
And
know
the art
more
of hitting
people,
is really good.
And he wears the right shoes.
And he wears the right shoes.
Hoka's, man, that's my brand.
The
Hoka.
only thing I cannot figure out, and I've known Ed a long time, and this is the first time I have ever seen him person to person on that side of the camera.
Okay. He's a camera guy?
He is on the camera. He's a camera guy.
So, what do you think about these shirts, Roger?
I love those shirts. They're great shirts.
Yeah.
I think they're great shirts. So.
Yeah.
But,
Hey, that's this is what do you call it? Charity for FSSA. You see what I did? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
My
so
understanding
we sold
is,
2 already.
Yeah. My understanding is this gentleman right here is going to be inducted into the.
Yeah, he's nominated. I don't. You're the only voted.
I'm the only one to vote that counts.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, we got.
Okay, Stones. Well, you hadn't said anything. Look, man, it's a pretty big honor to. You play with all them big boys like Bobby O'Brien and Alan Tanner.
You know what? God gave me the talent and blessed me to be able to play with some of the best players there are. It's humbling. It's humbling just to go out and play. And I think the best thing about playing is you build relationships. And a lot of this is you build relationships through God.
Yeah, well, Roger's the right man for that. We call him the preacher man on the old Hollis team. We go a long way back. Well, look.
I've always said this guy could read out of a phone book and people will listen to him. So
Yeah, I heard he's a preacher man himself.
he's a good orator.
Well, look, guys.
I only give the words that God gives me.
Yeah. Well, look, man. This is just a little short interview. Look for Stones. He's going to be. There'll be a piece out on him for being a nominee for the 2024 class of the Legends Hall of Fame.
Good job.
With some of the best players in the country. right, Roger?
Absolutely, some of the best in the country. There's one behind that camera right there.
Well, guys, you go ahead and win this state championship.
We're gonna try. Thanks a lot, Ed.
man. Yeah.
Thank you, Ed.
Behind every softball player that's been playing a lot, either is an ex-wife or a great wife, like Big Stone's wife. Let's meet her. I got a few words from the lovely wife.
I'm the lovely wife. Yes, my favorite softball player right here. I love watching him play because he's like a big kid when he's on the field.
See, I got to do the
Also
angle
my
like
hero.
this.
He's
Well, we're
also
all
my
big
hero.
kids.
Yeah, but,
Yeah, but
he's probably the bigger of the group.
It's the woman behind the man.
Absolutely, and I'm right there almost every game. Every game.
She's
Okay.
the coach.
Yeah,
He's
I
found
have
into
to
the
go.
Legends Hall of Fame, so you will now have to address him as a legend.
As a legend, in his mind or other people's.
Everybody's mind. When you go in the Legends Hall of Fame, you're one of the best in the country.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
We'll let
She's
him
the
have
coach,
that.
though.
We'll let him
Okay.
have that.
Okay.
I have to remind him sometime what he needs to do.
Well, thank you. Have a good Christmas.
Thank
The
you.
Florida Senior Sports Association proudly announces the nomination.
And I remember him saying, I got your back. And I hope that our whole team and all of you guys' team have your backs. That's really, really important. And as most of you guys know, I'm about a good telephone guy. So I don't call too many people on the phone, but every week when we have a tournament or something, I get a call. It's always from Stone. Nothing important. He just calls me. Lets me know he's okay, checks out and see if I'm okay. That's the kind of relationship we have, and I hope every one of you have. The love for people that you meet in this game is the most important part of this game. Don't let anybody, we won, we 11, 12, 13, I don't know, whatever tournaments. But it's the personal relationships that we have that are most important. This guy, as you just saw, has a personal coach. And when Stones was first with us, people would tell me, well, he don't like to be taken out of the game, you know. He wants to be on the field at every second and doing everything. And, you know, so I let him do it. He was running himself to death in the outfield, and he was coming and hitting it. I'm going, a guy that size, you can only do so much till you get tired. And I wanted to come out of the game, but somewhere I just didn't know how to approach it. I heard somebody come up to my dugout behind me. Said, Roger, could you do me a favor? What's that? She says, get his butt out of the game. Okay. I went to Stone and said, she said, come out. Came out. Okay? She knows the game probably as much or better than all of us do. And she backs him 100%. This man is amazing. He's led us in hitting this year. He's almost hit 850 home runs. He's just done it all for us. And before this year started, I said to him on the phone, I said, you know what, I'd like to see you do one thing this year. I would like to see what kind of offensive production you can have, not having to run yourself to death in the outfield. I don't want to play in the outfield. I know that. And he's very good at it. But you know what? He's dedicated himself to our team. And our team is a better team because of him. And I hope each of you as teammates know this guy's amazing. I could stand here and tell you what kind of awards he's won over and over and over. Look at the size of him. I think they give him awards sometimes just for being the biggest guy there. He certainly is an amazing man. He has a wonderful family here tonight, which I'm pleased to meet. A daughter who is a coach. Yeah, it runs in the family. This man has meant so much to our team. Guys, there are guys here
or your name hasn't been mentioned and you're not in the Hall of Fame. But you know what? You're that close, because I've seen a lot of you play. When you have the pride, determination that this man has, it'll get you here. I have a little saying I told Johnny. I've heard other coaches say, you know, we need to get ready, because we got a tournament this weekend. This man hits it all the time. Hits and hits and hits. You call him up, he's hit. So I don't think that you get yourself ready. I think if you're prepared, you never have to get ready. And that's what he does. I had a couple of health issues in the past year or two. Man's always on the phone finding out how you are. You know, he conducts our prayer session sometimes on the mound, and like I said, he could read out of a phone book. I'm listening to him. But he means what he says, and he says what he means. He's a man of God. And like I said, a wonderful family man, a great teammate, and a very deserving member of the 2024 Legends Hall of Fame, John Stones Livingston.
Stand tall, big fella.
Right. You never hear that. You have to take it before. Stand next to him for a second, Roger, so we can get a picture. Thank you.
Come over here, Roger.
Let me stand on something.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say other than what I always say. The first thing is, well, thank God for giving us this opportunity to be here. Without him, we aren't. We are not here. We don't deserve to be here. You know, Roger said a lot of things. I think he embellished a little bit. I do got to thank my wife. Let's see, we've been together 36 years. I met her, I was playing 20, 30 games a week. She never told me not to. I thought, okay, she can't be all bad. And, you know, I've missed family stuff. I heard about it, but she never told me not to. She never told me you have to be there. How can you argue with that? The rest of the family, follow her lead, because she is the coach. I'm telling you, what you've seen up there, she's coached you. She's had words with you. She's coached every one of you guys, whether she pulls you aside or not. She has words for you, and she knows the game. Ebony, our daughter, like that. Bebop's quiet like me. We don't really want to talk. We just want to be there and do what we got to do. But the two women are the coaches. You know, I always get a lot of crap. I'm changing the subject. I always get a lot of crap because I walk the box. People don't know why I started. Back when U-Trip put limits on home runs, I'd figure out a way to keep them in the park. So if I walked the box, I could control the ball. And wonder why I always hit center field, right center, left center, right? Growing up, talking with Alan and Miles and all these guys played baseball. We had a field between the two blocks. It was about 30 yards wide and about 75 yards long. If it went this way or that way, they had dogs. If you hit it too far, the guy kept the ball. He wasn't giving it back to us. So we learned to hit in that zone. So what do? Hit that zone. It still works. It still works. I can't argue with the training. I always played with the older guys. My friends didn't want to play baseball, but the older kids of the block did, so I learned to play from them. So I got experience from that, learning from the better, and it taught me. What really motivates me, if you really want me to turn on jets, piss me off. Piss me off. That team, that guy came walking up on you, I still remember that because I remember walking out to go, I got your back, Roger. I got your back, Roger. And I remember walking by the guy and I said, "You're lucky man." Nobody else heard that, but I said that to him. I am a family man. If you're my family, nobody better with you. Nobody better mess with you because I will. I will take care of you back. I guarantee that. Jack, you're stubborn like me. Jack and I weren't always good together, but we're good now. He's the same way. Alan Tanner, we've had some good times. We've had some fun times. I think sometimes we may not even remember.
It's not over.
Well, that's a different kind of memory loss. Miles, yeah. Miles is a pleaser. He wants everybody to be happy. He does. The rest of the team, you guys, we got something good. We just got to play for ourselves within the team. Do your best. Don't worry about anybody else. Because if all of us are trying to do our best, we're going to come together. We're going to win 5 more this year. We're going to win 5 more this year.
Yeah.
We are. Yeah. Again, I've got to give all the glory to God for giving me this opportunity, the talent, the friendships, the family. And Myron, your family. Your family. I don't care what anybody says. Your family. So, with that all being said, I'm not much of a speaker. I just want to sit down and say nothing, but Roger put me on the spot. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And may God bless all of you. Thanks.
Welcome John Stones Livingston to the 2024 class of the Legends Hall of Fame. An honor well deserved by a player that stands out from all the rest. Don't forget to subscribe. More legends coming.